Welcome back to Smeatharpe Stadium here in Taunton on qualifying nights for the Saloon Stock Cars National Championship to be held tomorrow. We're going to take a short break from the Saloon Stock Car action though to take a look at the other Formula racing here this weekend, the Brisker Formula 2 stock cars. It is Benevolent Fund Trophy weekend, that's coming up tomorrow. A big field of over 60 cars racing here tonight. This is the meeting final, 32 cars out on track, getting underway. The heats won by 184 Aaron Bates, 560 Luke Wrench, the National Points champion and last year's Grand National Series champion, and John Palmer, number 24, 127 Matt Stoneman won the consolation race. We're underway over 20 laps for the Brisker Formula 2. Same grading system as used in the Saloon stock cars, and already plenty of push and shove at the front of the field. 947 Sam Dobbs is your early leader, ahead of Jamie Jones in 915. The rest of them come through already, cars falling over each other there through turn 3 and 4. Jessica Smith in 390, involved from the legendary Brisker Formula 1 stock car racing family. And there's a tangle. Jess gets run over by the 210 car of Tristan Clayton. Dan Fallows in 581 involved, and the British champion with the black and white roof, Stephen Gilbert, in 542. Well, there's the leader, 947 of Sam Dobbs from the white grade. Cardiff rejoining there, that's Adam Rubery, number 700, the West Midlands based driver. There's a pile up there on turn 2. There's more cars gone into that, so we may see a caution period for those cars stuck there. Yes, the yellows have come out. We'll see what happened. Bumpers going in. There's a big push from John Palmer in the 24, sent Dan Fallows and Tristan Clayton into Jess Smith. And up and over went Clayton. 948 involved as well. That's John Brereton. So the yellows came out and ready for a restart. Sam Dobbs was starting to get away at the front, whose progress checks there in the 947 car. Let's see if he can build up a lead again. Already pushing and shoving. John Palmer under fire. There's cars everywhere on turns 3 and 4. Dobbs leads them off. I think that's Mike Rice in 438. In second, there's Joe Marquand getting the bumper in the blue-grey car. And there's a tangle, Ryan Sheehan and 667 of Tommy Farrell, the two blue graders. Dobbs leads it. Down into turn 1 they go up the inside there. One of the blue graders, 24, John Palmer's already had a heat win. Hard-hitting, ever controversial figure in Brisker F2, chasing Ian England in the 398 car who runs wide. Palmer makes up another place. Joe Marquand ahead of him. His grandfather, Johnny Marquand, was a world champion in Brisker F2 on a couple of occasions back in the 60s. He's attacking 315 of Justin Fisher. That's more results earlier on tonight. Massive field of over 60 Brisker F2s here. Great to see so many drivers back racing with restrictions being lifted. Great to see fans back in the stadium as well. Marquand bumpers Palmer into the back of Fisher. Good fight between these three, but still leading the way is Sam Dobbs in 947. Sparks flying there as they go up onto the inner curbs. Great stuff back in the pack. Fisher now under fire from Palmer, who escaped the attention of Marquand, fires him in there. 324 there, Jordan Thacker gets some bumper. A spun car in front of them, 976 of Dan Kent. A change for the lead. While all that's going on, 560 of Luke Wrench with the silver roof. The National Points champion has flown through the field, but just as he takes the lead, the yellows are out again, presumably for Dan Kent's spun car. But an awesome performance by Luke Wrench. He won Heat 2 at a canter earlier on. See again here what happened to Dan Kent. He gets turned around by, I think that might have been Jordan Thacker, 324. The yellows came out, ready for another restart. Then Luke Wrench not able to get away, but I'm sure he'll just get his foot to the floor on this restart. Sam Dobbs tries to go with him. Mike Rice under fire from Palmer. That's for third place. So that three-way battle we've been watching has carried them through the front. There's Mike Rice, the yellow grader, number 438. Luke Wrench pulls away in 560 at the front. He loves this Smeatharpe Stadium oval. 689 attacking 126 there. Joe Marquand on the back of Jamie Avery, who was hitting everything in sight in his heat earlier on. 251 going through. That's Craig Driscoll. Stephen Gilbert 542. The fire there from one of the yellow graders. That's the number 27 car, I think. Start to sort themselves out on this restart. Jamie Avery still under fire from Stephen Gilbert. 27 getting the bump, and that's Kieran Bradford. He makes his way up the inside. A good move by the yellow grader. Gilbert hits the fence and he's tangled with Marquand, who goes across the front of him there. That's ruined it for those two. We're in the closing stages now. 3 laps to go. Ooh, spinning across the front of the leader there. Johnny Whittaker, I think that was, in the 533 car. Luke Wrench laps his uncle Gary Wrench in the 359. Matt Stoneman, the consolation race winner, as Craig Driscoll gets caught up with Harley Thakra in number 9, brother of Jordan. They go out. Coming round to start the final lap of this very fast-paced Briscoe F2 meeting final. It's going to be a win for Luke Wrench, a heat and final double for him. There's Aaron Bates, earlier heat winner, attacking Jamie Avery. 783 James Ryger, former world champion, gets the bumper in on Craig Driscoll. He slows up, he's out of it. It's going to be a win for 560. Here comes Luke Wrench out of the final turn, takes the checkered flag. Heat and final double for the national points champion. John Palmer comes over in second. And we'll wait to confirm third place. Oh, bad luck to Sam Dobbs there, 947 trickling across the line. A late problem for him. He's had a good run in that one, the white Raider. It's Carl lets him down on the last lap. Mr. Box Office, John Palmer has to settle the second this time. Behind Luke Wrench in 560, the silver top national points champion. Wrench taking the win by 1.5 seconds ahead of John Palmer. It was Justin Fisher who took third ahead of Mike Rice and James Ryger. Kieran Bradford, good result for him in sixth ahead of Matt Stoneman. Then Jamie Avery, Aaron Bates and Paul Rice completing the top 10. Sam Dobbs ended up 13th after his good run early on. Back to the saloon stock cars then. Gorgeous sunset over Smeatharpe Stadium as we get ready for Heat 4. 25 cars or so on track for this one. The action getting more and more hard-hitting as it goes on. The man to watch, 677 Warren Darby, going for his hat-trick. Each driver racing in 3 out of the 5 heats tonight. So can Warren Darby make it 3 out of 3 and guarantee himself pole position for the national championship race here tomorrow? It's Cole Atkins, 399. Adam O'Dell, Diggy Smith's out in this one, and Billy Smith in 161, but it's 152 of Levi Oughton who will lead the field away. Here we go with heat number 4 for the saloon stock cars. Lee Williams has been dispatched into the wall already in car 842, wasting no time at all there. Who was that put the bumper in? That was the 81 car, I think. On the outside, we're underway. This is the pack. There, early hits in. Lee Williams across the nose of Warren Darby, who's taken up position at the front of the field once again. 489 Wayne Jarvis in second place. 349 Michael Allard, we've already seen what he can do, attacking Billy Smith in the 161. One of the Chevels in behind that 661 of Graham. There's Diggy Smith with the gold roof in 116. 600 Barry Russell in this battle as well. On the back of Stuart Chevel in the 618. 172 Jack Rust is in there as well. 6 of Diggy Smith. Just about every title available to him in various formulas over the years. Saloons, 1300s, bangers, lightning rods, the non-contact Sierras as well. Lee Sampson gets a wallop from Craig Mitchell in 296. We lose Michael Boswell onto the centre in 328. The 8 Hot Stocks racer. 428 under fire. As Lee Sampson gets spun around. To the infield, looks like he's out of it. Barry Russell with the bumper on 618 of Stuart Chevel. Great stuff in the midfield, but it's Warren Darby up front in 677. Billy Smith gets fired into the back of Simon Venny by Diggy Smith. The Smith family even fighting each other there further back in the order. Now Simon Venny gets spun out, nearly takes out Barry Russell and Craig Mitchell. Into the marker tyres goes Barry Russell. This is great stuff in the midfield. This is allowing Warren Darby to escape at the front. There he is, the 677. What a night he is having, the man from Plymouth. Into back marker traffic now, though he'll have to be careful. None of these back markers take him out. I've seen it happen many times before in saloon stocks. He just dives at the inside of all of them, elbows Lee Williams out of the way. Starting to settle down very slightly in the midfield. Not for Cole Atkins, he gets a wallop there from Jack Rust, takes him out wide. A couple of cars dive up the inside. Warren Darby's in the midst of all this lot. Past Jack Rust, also there is Atkins. 661 Graham Chevel as well. Now, depending on where Stuart Chevel's placed, will Graham try and take Warren Darby out here? Yeah, there's Stuart up behind them in the 618. Is Graham going to attack the leader here? Let's go back up the inside. Warren Darby's run wide there. Yeah, he did get the bumper in, I think, going into the turn. They're trying to get Stuart Chevel through to the front here. Team tactics sometimes seen in saloon stock car racing. A lot of these drivers, as we said, used to race bangers for many years. There's Phil Powell, number 199, been in this formula for many years now. Ian Govia behind him in 28. This banger driver won the London Open title, I remember, at Wimbledon several years ago. They're now sadly gone at Wimbledon Stadium. It's still Warren Darby, he's held his lead. Barry Russell up behind him in 600. Wayne Jarvis has dropped back in the 489. There's Stuart Chevel, Jack Rust, Phil Powell and the rest of them. Starter signals them through. Here comes Diggy Smith, now he's moving through towards the front of the field in the 116 car. Warren Darby still your leader though in 677. And Eddie Darby, an ex-world champion. There's Billy Smith in 161. I think I know what Billy's doing. He's waiting for Warren Darby to pass him. He's trying to get Diggy through the front. Here we go. Picks him up and wallop straight in. You could see that coming. And Billy Smith trying to get rid of our race leader here and trying to get Diggy through. He's holding him up, look, trying to get Diggy Smith through into the lead. He's getting rid of Stuart Sheville now as well. Warren Darby gets a revenge shot in. They're all over Warren Darby, who's slowing up there, and now he gets spun aside by Billy Smith, so he's done the job there. Right, now who's leading? I'm not sure, actually. No idea who's come through that in the lead. I think it might be, well, I was going to say it was Michael Allard, but he's been spun out there by Billy Smith. He's trying to take out the rest of the field and get Diggy through into the lead here. Goes for Phil Powell and Jack Russ now. Who's leading this? I think Diggy has got through into the lead now. Yes, there's the 116. There's Phil Powell, Wesley Starmer, Craig Mitchell, Ian Govia. We're in the last couple of laps now. There's Billy, he's protecting Diggy, look. Family racing here at the front of the field. Warren Darby's local fans won't be too happy about that, but hey, that's stock car racing. It's 116 Diggy Smith who is now. Now Billy's going to act as a tail gunner. Look, he's going to defend Diggy's lead. Interesting tactics from the Smith family. It is going to be Diggy Smith who comes through to take the win. More bumpers going in. Where's Starmer? Fires in on the back of Ian Govia in 28. Diggy's come through to take the win. I think the flag actually fell on Ian Govia there. They didn't notice that Diggy had come through, but it is Diggy who has taken the win in 116. I think we'll confirm that in a moment. Real confusing race to follow. They're still at it as they cross the line there. Jack Grandin gets taken onto the centre. Oh, goodness me. Red and checkered flags to end that one. We'll have to confirm in a second who has taken the win. It is Diggy Smith in 116. Ian Govia came over in second. Michael Allard, who led very briefly, took third. Danny Elborn came through from nowhere for fourth, ahead of Barry Russell and Cole Atkins. And the Chevilles 7th and 8th. Nathan Olden 9th and Timmy Barnes completing the top 10.
Saloons Heat 4 winner, 116 Diggy Smith, first win in the new car.
Yeah, we're getting it there, it's getting close, No, another couple of little tweaks and we'll be somewhere like I reckon.
Yeah, you've had to work hard tonight, haven't you?
You had to work every meeting there with these tyres on, that make it better racing, good racing.
Yeah, the racing tonight's been very hard, very brutal, which is what we like to see from the saloons.
That's good for the fans, isn't it?
And then of course we've got the Nationals tomorrow, you must have an eye on that.
That's what we're here for, but what'll be will be. I won't lose sleep over it, don't worry.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you tomorrow and see what happens.
That's it. See you later, boys.
Thank you.
Grand National time for the Briscoe Formula 2s next up then. The final winner, Luke Wrench, will be starting from the one-lap handicap. A huge field of 37 cars out on track for this one. Biggest grid of the night in either of our formulas. This is going to be absolute mayhem, I reckon. Big names out from earlier on. Stephen Gilbert's out there, John Palmer, Joe Marquand, Jamie Avery, Tristan Claydon, the Thackerers, Sam Dobbs, who we saw go well earlier. Here we go then, and they're not even going to get to the start line. Harley Thacker has been taken out already as the green flag goes down. The White Graders lead the way in, and Luke Wrench in problems already there as well. He's gone for a spin, so that's going to handicap him even more as he tries to get the final and Grand National double from the lap handicap. Stephen Gilbert and John Palmer fighting out. 928 we've lost there. That's Lauren Stack, one of a couple of ladies in this race. We had the annual Benevolent Fund ladies race earlier on, won by Sarah Harley. Showing there Stephen Gilbert dispatches one of the blue graders. 605 has spun there. One of the white tops, Richie Andrews, and the yellow flag is out with cars stuck there on the turn. Your leader is Luke Johnson in car 194. This is what happened at the start of the race, and it was the two Thacker brothers, Harley over the front of Jordan there. 542 Stephen Gilbert putting the bumper in. And the Thackerer's mum, Leanne Thacker, raced the number 9 car earlier on in the ladies' race. Richie Andrews getting spun out. That's what brought the yellow flag out, his stranded car. So Luke Johnson, 194 leads. 177 of Chris Masters in second as we get back underway. The higher graders yet to make their move through the field. They're two battling each other. Kieran Bradford gets dispatched there by Joe Marquand, who's caught up with a couple of cars that have gone off on the outside. Ian England was one of them. There's more cars spinning. James Ryger's gone around into the marker tyres there along with a couple of yellow tops. Kristen Claydon with the bumper on the 418 car of Kieran Borthwick. Ben Borthwick, I should say. Started on the front row for the World Final at Buxton in 2019. Didn't get far in the race though. Luke Wrench is carving his way up the order here. He's flying through. More cars flying into that pile up there on turns 3 and 4. Johnny Whittaker's in there among others. Absolute chaos as we predicted here with so many cars on such a small, tight oval. Your early leader Luke Johnson in 194. There he is. Now who's catching him up? He's in back marker traffic. He's avoiding that graveyard of cars on the outside, lapping Mark Taylor in the 444. John Palmer's up there pursuing the leader now, so Palmer looking the favourite victory in this one. Aaron Vate's up there as well. There is Stephen Gilbert, and Joe Marquand's in there too. The bumper goes in from John Palmer, and he takes up the lead. Racing in memory of his father Les Palmer, who passed away fairly recently, a successful Brisker F2 racer himself. Palmer leads the way, lapping Ben Borthwick in 418. He's got Aaron Vate on his tail there in 184. He's had a win tonight in Heat 1. Palmer won Heat 3. There's the 542 of Stephen Gilbert. Looks like Marquand next in the order behind Borthwick, although Borthwick is a lap down. Getting the bumper in on Stephen Gilbert there. Who else is coming through? There goes the 581 of Dan Fallows, nicknamed Red Rum because a few years ago he couldn't stop winning Grand Nationals. But he's going to win this one though. Joe Marquand gets through on the inside of the 581 car there behind Stephen Gilbert. And behind this group is Luke Wrench, 560. He's really flown through the field, showing how quick that 560 car is. Palmer still leads. He's got Jamie Jones ahead of him there in 915 being lapped. One of the Blue Raiders, Ben Bates, the Birmingham driver, pulls off onto the centre in 161. Ben Borthwick tries an attack on Luke Wrench and misses. And Wrench now well up into the top 10 past Mike Phillip in 195, who's journeyed all the way down from the north of Scotland to race here. Races regularly at Criband Raceway in Aberdeenshire. Mark Taylor's spun there in 444. It's the 24 that leads. Not Jeff Gordon, but John Palmer. 5 laps to go. 24 in NASCAR these days is William Byron, not the great Jeff Gordon. He's retired. Here's Luke Wrench. He's attacking Joe Marquand and Dan Fallows. He's passed both of them. That 560 car is absolutely flying. He loves racing here at Taunton, Luke Wrench. He's coming up on Stephen Gilbert now. He could get into the top 3 here. I think he's going to run out of laps to catch race leader John Palmer, who's being chased by Aaron Vate. I think the win is between these two with 3 laps to go. We'll see what Wrench can do here. Coming up on Stephen Gilbert, bumpers the British champion out of the way and moves up into what is now 3rd place. He's now going for his phalanx of back markers. Get out of the way, Jamie Jones, he said. He's trying to go after the race leaders. I think he's a little too far back though. That's a great drive through the field, especially as he spun on the first lap, Luke Wrench. There are the leaders. Palmer from Vates going into the final lap of the evening for the Brisker Formula 2 stock cars. Can Aaron Vates get within range for a last bend lunge on John Palmer? Here they come into turns 3 and 4. Jessica Smith ahead of them. I don't think he's going to do it, Aaron Vates. He's not quite going to get there. And John Palmer takes his 2nd win of the evening. Vates 2nd, and Luke Wrench, well done to him, coming through for 3rd place. Taylor stopped there on the outside of turn 1. More bumpers going in. Mike Phillip under fire from Ben Borthwick. Jamie Avery in there as well. They battle all the way to the line. It's John Palmer who takes the win in car 24. 2 wins for him tonight. Heat and Grand National double. Brilliant, busy night for the Brisker F2. Palmer the winner by half a second ahead of Aaron Vate. Well done, Luke Wrench, coming through from the back to 3rd place. Stephen Gilbert 4th ahead of Joe Marquand. Then Dan Fallows 6th ahead of Yellow Grader Kieran Bradford. Mike Phillip, Jamie Avery and Ryan Sheehan round out to the top 10. Final race of the night for the saloon stock cars then. Heats number 5. No Warren Darby for this one. He's completed his heats, but still plenty of big names out there for this one. The Barnes family are out there. Dean Mays, Aaron Totham, Billy Smith in 161. Diggy's out there as well. They could be the favourites this one, but anything can happen in this Heat 5. All the drivers looking for those final few points to get on the lineup for the National Championship race here at Smeatharpe Stadium tomorrow. There'll be a last chance qualifier first, followed by the big race. 152 of Levi Oughton will lead them away for this final race of the evening. 2nd place, Harry Barnes. Already bumpers going in. Kyle Irvine gets taken out by Michael Allard in 349. Ross Waters involved as well. Barry Russell crashes in. It's 152. Levi Oughton under fire from Harry Barnes for the lead. It's Marty Lake in 5.73 had a second place earlier on. Timmy Barnes in 1.31. Levi Oughton, number 152. Surely with a name like Levi, he should be number 501. Ian Covia coming through into second place in the 28s. Marty Lake attacks Ant Riley in 2.82. 3.14 ahead of them. That is Cara Bryn Finch. Starting to sort themselves out. And a slightly quieter start to this one. They're all trying to get those points finishes. Should warm up in the closing stages though. Jack Grandon coming through in 2.77. He's not had the best of luck tonight. Blew the differential in his first heat. Has had to change it. There's a few cars rejoining ahead of them. Michael Allard crashes into the infield tyres there. Out goes Michael Boswell. He's not had a happy evening. Big cloud of smoke from Will Morphy there in 1.29, but he's still going. Just tyre smoke, I think, recovering from the spin. There's Diggy attacking the 670 of Ross Waters. Behind him, Barry Russell in the green, number 600. And some spectacular crashes at his home venue of Cowden Beaton and at Kings Lynn over the years, Barry Russell. Had to go at Brisker F1 as well. Diggy Smith caught in the middle of this little lot, fighting for the minor placings. Still out in front is Levi Oughton in the number 152. Will Morphy sent sideways by Waters in 6.70. Barry Russell lunges at Dean Mays in 7.30, looking for his second win of the evening. The national points champion with the silver roof. English champion as well. He's got the St George's cross on there. Diggy now up behind him. We saw them battling earlier on. Ross Waters lunges at Ryan Sandry. It's terrific stuff. All for the minor places though. He's spun out up there. Is that our race leader? No, it's Harry Barnes. 1.26. In goes Diggy Smith. Wallops Ross Waters into the back of Dean Mays. Takes them both wide. Barry Russell takes the chance to dive up the inside. This is fantastic stuff. Oh, and Levi Oughton has clouted the 28 car. They've tangled up there. That's Ian Govia. And out goes the 152. That's given the lead to Jack Grandon in 2.77. So Jack Grandon, your new leader. He's won titles in bangers in the past. He's raced stock rods as well here at Taunton and down at St Day in Cornwall. So Jack Grandon takes it up in 2.77. They're still at it, this lot in the midfield. The Smiths, Ross Waters, Dean Mays, 2.81 getting involved as well. Mark Chenery, Ryan Santry, Barry Russell, Kyle Irvine, Aaron Flash Totham is in there as well. Oh, this is brilliant stuff. All frantically trying for those last few points to get a good grid position for tomorrow. Dean Mays gets spun out by Mark Chenery, gets his foot down and fires back into the race. Fire him up, he's going to try and get some bumpers in. 2.77 Jack Grandon still leading the way. He said didn't have much luck earlier on, but a change of fortune here. Barry Russell gets some from Simon Venny in 5.70, getting the bumper in. He's going well. Sees his son Rowan Venny back further in the field. Lost Will Morphy in 1.29 on the outside there, and we lose Ryan Santry, courtesy of the race leader. Barry Russell's gone as well. That's taken out Marty Lake. And who else is that in there as well? That's Emerson, I think, number 888, Shane Emerson. Levi Oughton, the early leader, gets spun out. Oh, they're all going off. Barry Russell clatters out as he tries to rejoin. This is turning into a demolition derby in the midfield. We knew it'd kick off eventually. Jack Grandon, he has won titles in bangers in the past. Good training for saloon stock cars. I remember him winning the Heavy Metal Classic at Standlake in Oxfordshire a few years back. 4 laps to go now. There's Ant Riley, 2.82, battling with Adam Hicks, in 4.47. He gets sent sideways by one of the Vennies, and now he's going to be spun out down the straight and wallop straight into the tyres, bouncing all 4 wheels off the ground there. Find our camera there on the infield. A couple of laps now for Jack Grandon. I've no idea who's second, I'll freely admit that. Have a look as they come through behind him. Well, there's Will Morphy, we saw him spin earlier on. Aaron Flash Totham behind him. It's impossible to work out which lap these drivers are on. They've spun out so many times. Coming round towards the final lap now. Jack Grandon in 2.77, his Sierra bodied car is heading for victory. 2.81 Mark Chenery has spun out there. What a brilliant night of racing it's been under the Taunton floodlights. Wait to confirm who's second. The win goes to Jack Grandon in 2.77. He takes heat 5. Good turnaround in fortunes there. It might be Aaron Totham in second place. We'll confirm that from the lap charts. We know it's not Will Morphy. We saw him go spinning out. What a wonderful night of saloon stock car racing. It's one of the hardest hitting we have seen in a long time here at Taunton, and great to have fans back in the stadium to see it. Jack Grandon then in 2.77 takes the victory. We'll confirm the results of that one. Diggy Smith was down the order, too busy battling in the midfield, and that one, Grandon the winner. It was Brad Compton-Sage Jr., Buster Jr. in second place, ahead of Simon Benny and Simon Paris. Timmy Barnes a good fifth, ahead of Ant Snap-Off Riley. Ross Waters in seventh. Diggy Smith could only manage eighth that time after the early battles, then Rowan Benny and Aaron Totten behind him.
Heat 5 winner, 277, Jack Grandon. A good night, a good way to end the night.
It's a good way to end the night, yeah. We've had a bit of a mixture of a night, really. We didn't get any top 10s in our heats. Broke a diff in the first one. It was just wasn't going to be our day, but I managed to get away in that one and yeah, get a win.
And there was plenty going on around you as well.
I know I managed to just avoid it when I come up to the back market red, so I thought I was going to get taken out of something, but I managed to just get through a couple and then I was away again.
I think every heat tonight has got progressively more aggressive as we've gone on, so if that's how it's going to go tomorrow, it's going to be a good day.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker of a race.
Well, good luck for tomorrow and hopefully it stays dry.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, what a magnificent night of stock car racing that was here on the Smeatharpe Stadium Oval. In our next programme we have more from here at Taunton as we focus on the Brisker Formula 2 stock cars contesting their annual Benevolent Fund Trophy. That's all coming up soon, but for now, thanks for watching and goodbye.